Now look, as a channel that specialises in used cars, we spend hours trawling through different used car classifieds, and my God, we see some mistakes when people are advertising and trying to sell used cars.
Yeah, look, people sell their cars for all sorts of reasons. If you want to sell it quickly and get the money you're after, you should really avoid these common mistakes. If you're selling your car, do some research and actually find out what it's worth. Obviously you want to get top dollar, but be realistic, to facilitate a quick sale. But a lot of people actually go the other way and put too little on it. It might be worth more than you think.
Another massive mistake people make when they're selling their car is not having their paperwork sorted. I'm talking rego papers, roadworthy certificate, any receipts, especially a service history. Get in touch with whatever mechanic has serviced the car and get printouts of that service history. And here's a hot tip. Go to your local stationery store and buy like a nice presented kind of folder thing, especially if you have any kind of special car, because then it shows the potential buyer that you care for the car because everything's presented in a nice folder.
When you're selling your car, have your pricing structure all ready to go. Know what you're going to ask for it, know what your bottom dollar is too. And when it comes to negotiating, here's a pro tip. They who speaks first loses. So in your awkward pause after an offer, guarantee you whoever speaks first, they lose.
Here's a question for you. When you go on a first date, do you, have a shower, do your hair, wear some nice clothing? Do the same when you're selling your car. Make sure it's been cleaned and detailed. Get all the crap out of the inside of it, get it polished, make it look its best, because that way, maybe it might seem more attractive to the potential buyer.
Before you sell your car, go and look in the mirror. What do you see? Do you see a pathological liar? Do you see a complete asshole? Or do you see a good, honest human? Good. Be the good, honest human and be honest. If you're selling your car, be honest about what you're selling. Otherwise, you're just a complete jerk.
Now, you know how on Tinder, having really good photos is definitely going to increase your chances of success? The same goes for when you're selling your car. If the photos of your car are the equivalent of some shirtless bloke holding a fish, you're going to have no success. If your car photos look like this, bad. If they look like this, good. Good photos are critical when it comes to selling your car, and take as many or post as many as the platform that you're advertising on will allow. The more photos, the better.
When you're selling your car, make sure you put it on as many advertising platforms as possible. Even spend a few bucks and go on the good ones. And another thing, if you are going to be on multiple platforms, make sure it's listed at the same price everywhere. And if you have to adjust the price at any point, make sure you adjust them all. Otherwise, it looks very confusing to the buyer.
We all hate it when you're stuck talking to somebody that has no personality or they repeat the same story over and over again. Don't make the same mistake when you're writing the description for your advertisement when you're selling your car. Don't just use the pre-written crap that some websites give you. Make up your own description. Give it some personality. Give it some pizzazz. Now guys, just like you, we've got food and rent and bills to pay for, and the only way we can do that and continue to make this content for you is with the help of our partners. Not just our romantic partners, but our sponsorship partners. But the only sponsorship partners that we will ever align with, they have to bring genuine value to you guys. So if you get your next car financed through Driver via the link down there, not only is the entire process super easy to do online, you can get pre-approval in just minutes, you get to choose which finance package works best for you, there are no hidden fees, and you'll get $150 worth of free fuel. Awesome. And if you click on the WiperTech link down there, not only are you going to get some of the world's very best wipers that are easy to order, they're delivered to your door, and they are easy to install, you're going to get 15% off and free express shipping. WiperTech, you legends.
If you're selling your car and someone suggests maybe meeting really late at night in some sort of deserted industrial estate somewhere, no, don't do that. Or do that, but take a really big, tough friend. Better still, just go somewhere better lit and more public.
Don't fall for scams when you're selling your car. Guys, you've got to screen all of those inquiries coming in. If someone gets in touch with you and they say that they're working on an oil rig, but they want the car anyway, but they're going to send their cousin with cash to come and pick it up, guess what? It's a scam. Don't fall for it.
When you're selling a car, it's a great idea, and especially if it's a performance car or something worth a bit of money, go on the test drive with them. I know it can seem a bit awkward, but it really is a good idea. Also, if they just offer to leave the keys of the car that they showed up in as security, well, that's not a great idea either, because that just could be the car that they just stole from someone else. So yeah, go with them on the test drive. Or at very least, just get a copy of their license. If you're selling the car and they want to get an independent mechanical inspection, you really should let that happen. Don't be a dick about it, because otherwise it's highly likely you're hiding something and it really is just poor form.
This is a huge mistake people make when they're selling their car, is giving out too much personal information. Give out your name and your phone number, totally okay. Your address, maybe. Just don't invite them inside because they might just be scoping your place out to come and steal the car later. Also, if it is legit and you do sell them your car, make sure you clear all the data from your infotainment system, especially if you've got satellite navigation and you've got home function there, because then anyone that has that car in the future knows where you live.
Married at First Sight is a terrible show, and it's also a terrible philosophy by which to live your life. What I mean by that is if you're selling a car, you don't have to take the first offer. Stand your ground and just wait. And remember the golden rule of negotiating, they who speak first after the offer loses. So stand your ground and wait for that good offer. Unless of course that first offer far surpasses what you thought you were going to get, in which case you should grab it.
How much do you hate getting ripped off? Well, that's what can often happen if you take some ridiculous lowball trade-in offer from many dealerships. Look, we know it's convenient, but quite often, if you can just hold off a couple of weeks and sell your car privately, you could make thousands of dollars.
So you're selling your car and the potential buyer likes the car and you've done the deal and everything's going well. Just be careful if there's a bit of confusion about the money or how it's getting paid, call it off. Or just stand your ground. Wait till that money is in your account or wait till that cash is in your hand. We see time and time again people trusting potential buyers and end up getting ripped off.
Now guys, we're going to make this whole biggest mistakes when thing a bit of a series.
That's right, we want your input. So tell us in the comments what pisses you off, what drives you mad, so we can tell the people.
See you next time.